guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the Roku Ultra that I talked about in yesterday's video, but I wanted to go more in depth this time around. So I want to start with talking about the remote. And I have the remote right here in my hand. Nice little remote. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is something that this remote can do that the last Roku I had couldn't. So I'm just going to click this little OK button. That was a preview of like the sound it can make when I click a button on the Roku device itself. I had to go downstairs and set it all up just so I could come back up to my room and click the OK button and do that little demo. But basically, there's a button on the Roku itself that when I click, that sound will go off, and when it goes off, it comes from the remote, and I can hear it, and that way I can find the remote, which I thought was really cool and helps with the issue of the remote getting stuck in the couch cushions, and you're looking everywhere to find it, you can't find it. You just click this little button, and it'll ping the remote, which I think is really cool. One of the other things this remote can do that the other Roku I had couldn't was this little guy right here. You might see how this is kind of a glossy black, and below it it's more of a matte black. That's because this has an IR sensor in it. And what that will allow it to do is control systems that don't use Wi-Fi connected remotes. For example, I set this guy up so that now the power button and the volume rocker can control the TV, which makes the TV remote completely useless as we don't need it for anything else other than to turn the TV on and off and to control the volume. So now we can control it all with one remote. And it controls the Roku, this controls the Roku itself via Wi-Fi. I think it's a Wi-Fi connection. Another thing I always liked about Rokus, and this other Roku I had this, is they include a little headphone jack so you can actually watch movies and stuff in private. And that is just really cool. And if you have headphones like what I have, the Bose ones, you can cancel out the world around you. So people can be doing whatever else they want in the house, the washing machine can be running, and blah blah blah, and you can just watch your movie and it's not a big deal. I wish Google would implement this with the Chromecast through an app on the phone. The Home app that you download on your phone can control the Chromecast, and it wouldn't require much. A really simple software update is all it would take, and you'd be able to do it. You'd have to push it to the Chromecast and to the app, but after that, you're good. It's just something simple they could do, which I wish they would, but they're probably never going to. Anyway, furthermore, I like that Rokus have little A/B buttons that you can use to help play video games, although I thought you were able to download Asphalt 8, but apparently you're not. I wish you would be able to, because that'd be awesome. I love Asphalt 8. Anyway, some other stuff that this Roku can do that the other Roku I had could is Netflix. You see all these buttons right here. The other Roku had that, except these buttons are a little different. The other one we had, right now I have the Roku Ultra. Before we had the Roku 3. Didn't have Sling on it, but I actually like that better because I'm actually trying to get my family to stop paying for cable and only pay for internet and pay for Sling instead. It would bring our like $130, $140 bill down to less than $100 because internet from the same company would cost like $50 a month, with an extra $45 for TV through Sling. Or same price if you go through YouTube TV, which I want to use YouTube TV, but Sling offers more channels. That offers the channels the family uses more. YouTube TV doesn't have some of them, so we have to do Sling. Anyway, this one has fast forward buttons and a pause play button. I really like that about this remote, and it has voice functionality, which is just, it makes life a lot easier. I can very easily find what I'm looking for without a problem. I think that's it for the remote. Let's move on to talk about the Roku itself, which I don't have, but I can still talk about it. It is a 4K Roku, which is awesome. It had Ethernet, which is again great because we were having issues with it on the Wi-Fi. So I just plugged it into the Ethernet. I plugged in the Ethernet cable, which is good because the Wi-Fi box sits right next to our TV on that stand. So it was really easy, and the quality was just really much better. I like the design of the Roku. It's kind of got this glossy finish all around it, but then on top it's more of a matte. All around, I just like the way it looks and feels. It's very sleek, very small, and looks a lot nicer than a very large and clunky TV box. Hold on. Okay, 5 minutes. Sorry. Again, I try to keep them under 12 minutes. What else? I said 4K, or it does 4K, nothing spectacular. What else? I've really been diving into the settings with this new Roku, and some of the things it can do is pretty cool. The screensavers are really nice. I really like those. Some of them are expensive, so some of them are not expensive. They cost money, and I'm paying money for it, so I just use the stock one. The themes is where it really got cool. It came with a winter theme on it, and I downloaded a theme that I can use around the rest of the year, and I downloaded a theme that I can use around Halloween time. So I've got themes for like all seasons of the year basically, and I really like it because it just provides this really nice aesthetic to the screen you have to look at, which is just awesome. I don't understand why Roku insists on calling their apps channels. It's really weird, but it could just be trying to emulate, like TV or whatever, so whatever. The voice functionality really helps when I'm trying to do stuff like browse Netflix. Instead of having to type in, I want to see The Flash, is that on Netflix? No, I can just press and hold the voice button, be like, The Flash, or DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Whatever it is I want to watch, it'll find what I'm looking for, and then it'll show me all the services it's available on. And if it's not on Netflix, Netflix won't pop up. So, that is awesome. That is a real time saver. What else is there? I think I want to talk about the interface for the Roku. I've never been a fan of I've never been a huge fighter for the Roku's interface. I'm a real fan of simplicity. It's why I've been so attracted to the Chromecast. But I have to say, after using the Roku for some time, it's actually kind of grown on me, and it doesn't bother me. I wouldn't say it's phenomenal or anything. I still prefer the simplistic interface of the Google Chromecast, where it's just a generic screen and I use my phone to tell it what to play. I still miles prefer that. But as for, does the Roku's interface and does browsing it with the remote and all that bother me? No, not as much as it used to. I've actually gotten adjusted to it, and I'm alright with it now. But still, it could use some tweaking to make it a little more streamlined. I'm trying to think what else. I am a huge fan of the functionality with this remote, where I can control the volume and the power button. I can control the volume and the power on the TV with the remote. That is a really cool thing to have implemented. It really helps eliminate the issue of using two remotes and having two remotes sitting on the couch with you while you're trying to watch movies. One to control the play and pause, one to control the volume. It's just ridiculous. That really helps. So again, I praise them for that. The hardware button on the Roku that allows me to signal the remote. That is something else I really want to praise them on. That is a huge time saver when looking for the remote. I have not actually legitimately lost the remote and had the opportunity to, use that feature. I accidentally stumbled upon it because I thought the hardware button was to turn the volume up and down, but it turns out it's to ping the remote. I discovered it by complete accident, and I thought, that is so cool. So when I actually lose it, I'll actually see how useful it is. But until then, I can just say, it's nice to know it's an option. I can't think of anything else I want to talk about the Roku. I think I'll just end it with my closing statement on Roku. All around, I think Roku is an excellent streaming device. You do not, if you were to buy one for your home, you cannot go wrong. And the Roku Ultra is a really nice one, as it is not the cheapest, but it is a 4K streaming device for under $100. And I'd say if you were gonna pick a 4K streaming device, you've got, the last time I checked, the Chromecast Ultra can do 4K. But if you're gonna pick between the Chromecast Ultra and the Roku Ultra, which are basically the same price, go with the Roku Ultra. It is, in my opinion, much better, because you're getting a lot more for the same price, or even less actually, because I think the actually not the same price. The Roku Ultra is like $79.99, and the Chromecast Ultra is $75. So like $5 more, but you're getting a remote that can control the TV, and voice input, and what else? Oh yeah, the ability to ping the remote if you lose it. I just think you're getting a lot more, so the Roku Ultra is a worthwhile streaming device. $80 it's worth every penny, and I would highly recommend it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video, and peace out. Hello guys, and welcome back to